Hey, what's going on YouTube? Find some green here. I know it's been a bit since we've been on with the All-Star game and just trying to grind and play some catch up on cut over here. I've been a little bit delayed. Now, if you're like me and didn't get to take advantage of the 87 glitches that EA's QC did not foresee happening beforehand, then you're probably behind in terms of coins, cards that you have, and you're left trying to figure out ways to make coins. So for today, I'm going to talk about a couple of methods you can do, which you may or may not have seen, and we're going to go through the sniping filters that I'm using, because I don't know how many of you have actually played Madden before, and cut wasn't really around when NCAA was around. I know it was like late, but it's been quite a while, and there's a chance that a lot of you are new. And if you're looking for anything that might help you, this could be it. So let's dive right into it. So basically what you're going to try to figure out how to do is called filtering down. All right. It helps to know what your base prices are, where the floor is right now. So for like an 80 overall, you can't buy them for cheaper than 7,200. You can't buy an 81 for cheaper than 12,000. For this purpose of this exercise, we're just going to focus on those two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 80 to 81. Okay, and you're going to see a whole bunch pop up, and you're going to see them pop up at 13. And there are definitely ones that are going to be cheaper than that. So what you can do is you then can go and you can sort by program. Now, granted, the price of that one went up. These cards are in high demand today. They were cheaper over the weekend. Okay. But after that, so for this example, I'm going to show you, if I go to quarterback, it's going to tell you that there's 96. Okay. And what you have to understand is that the page will only go up to 100. And the way that you check to make sure that it's pulling only 100, even though it says 96, that it's only pulling 100, is you go to newest. And you should see 1 hour to 59 minutes in newest. If you don't, there's a chance that you're not seeing the newest card still. So for this specific program type and for this specific position, I'm going to go and I'm going to drop all the way down, and I'm going to go to Kyle McCord's school, and I'm going to check just for Syracuse, which at this point at 58 items I'm feeling comfortable. But now remember the 58, because we're going to go check Hawaii, because it was pulling both quarterbacks. It'd help if I knew my damn alphabet. So we go to Hawaii, and Hawaii's pulling another 72. Now 72 plus 58 is 130, which means the 96 they were telling you, they were showing you, wasn't exactly accurate. Now for these specific cards, we're not really touching these. Like if I saw a Braden Schrager for 12,000, I would scoop him immediately, not even think about it, and then repost him. Unfortunately, they did not pop up. So we're going to go back to this. All right. And then you're going to go all offense. Now, we're most likely not buying anything out of all offense unless something somehow pops up, but it probably won't. So you have the two quarterbacks, okay? And you have to learn the positions because it's important. So you have the two quarterbacks. You have your left tackle, which is going to be expensive because, as I talked about in the first video, with which guys you should pick, offensive linemen tend to stay expensive. Now, most offensive linemen right now aren't, or I shouldn't say most offensive linemen. Most of the cards right now that are 80 overall that we're looking for don't get that high. But because it's an offensive lineman, it will. Okay, so it's quarterback, left tackle, quarterback. You get a wide receiver who's an 81. There might be one other player in here. Yeah, two more. Okay, so you got left guard, you got center. So then I'm going to come down here to left tackle. As we know, 21. I'm going to check the centers. Center's at 35. Center's an expensive position. Oh, it was left guard, not right guard. Okay, then you're going to check your left guard. And he stays high because he's got some pretty decent attributes, number one, and there aren't a lot of great left guards right now either. Moving on from that, because right now we're striking out with that program, you're going to go to conference. Actually, before we do that, excuse me. It's going to take 5 years to load. we'll go back to, in case you missed it, because I missed it. Ha ha ha. I know, not really funny. We're going to check on defense. You got to make sure you check offense and defense. So for your defense, you're looking at right outside linebacker, you're looking at right end, you're looking at strong safety, and I'll just check real quick. I think there's one more guy hiding. There's a corner. I forgot to filter it by the 81. Okay, so 81 shows 95 items. We know that's not accurate. So we got right outside linebacker, we got right end, we've got strong safety. Is that it? Is there one more that's hiding? And you got free safety. All right, so we do strong safety. Remember, strong safety looking for 12,000. It's not there, but there's 39 strong safeties. Okay, free safety, there's only 10, but we're looking for 7,200, so 23,000 is not it. You get your right defensive end, another 32. Again, looking for 7,200, that's not it. Now, I'm not saying that if you use these filters, it's going to pop every time. It's most likely not. If you're looking for 7,200, you're probably looking to do the 82 to 83 set, which is one of the things that we're going to talk about. I'll show you. I've got enough to do one pack right now. I was able to get some guys for cheap tonight. But for these cards, if you get them for 11,000, you already know that in case you missed the cards, because people don't sort deep into everything. They just kind of do a quick sort like this, where it'll be 80, 81 program, boom, what do I got? And if they don't even bother to sort by the overall, then the price goes up. So you're looking for cards that you can get for 12,000 or less, and then you can sell them for 17 to 20. And it should be relatively quick and easy because most cards won't make it that long. At this point, if you look at this filter and you go by newest, it's showing cards, the newest card it's showing is 31 minutes. So it's 29 minutes behind where you're trying to get to. Now, in terms of Legends, right, because this is another program you can use, Legends gets a little bit tricky, and I'll tell you why. Legends get tricky because of the fact that each one of these cards, they have an 80, right? But if you come down, I just saw one, where'd it go? Yeah, they have an 80 and they have an 81. So it really doesn't matter which filter you use. It's going to just be strictly dumb luck. The one that's the absolute worst is, well, actually Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher are the worst because they both play middle linebacker, making it damn near impossible to filter all the way down. I have a trick for it, but you have to have one in your inventory first. And I'll get to that in a minute. But what I like to do for these for now, just for now, because it's only the 5 of them, is I will strictly sort by their school. And I don't want to spend 9,900. I really don't. Because I'm looking to use them for the sets. And it takes 4 cards to do the 82 to 83 set. Unfortunately, if you do 4 cards at 9,000 a piece, you're 36,000 in, and you can pull 82s that only go for 25. Typically not. You'll usually sell them for still 30, but that's not really the point. The point is that you're trying to do this for as cheap as possible, and then try to maximize the profit when you do the exchange set. Now, for all the clicking that you hear in the background, if you hold down on the D-pad and down on your left stick while hitting your left trigger and even your right trigger together, it will make everything go much faster, to the point where you might wind up missing whatever position you're looking for, but it'll help you navigate through things quickly. This comes in handy when you're searching for like 3 different cards or 3 different programs where you're trying to find things as fast as possible and get through and beat other people to it. Now, tomorrow, I'm pretty sure tomorrow they're going to be releasing, I'm not sure what the program is. You have to figure me. I missed the tweet tonight. But whatever that program is, you need to sit on the 80 to 81 filter and filter by the positions, because that's most likely where you're going to find the 7,200. Like, I was popping a whole bunch of 80 overall Legends over the weekend for 7,200. It was really, really, really easy. And there wasn't really any fight with anybody to get them. Now, it's going to be the same thing here. In fact, I don't really have, oh, well, there's one. Let's see if we can get it. And just like that, we got one. That was really simple, and it shouldn't have been. Typically you have to filter down by the position on top of it, but I'm not going to complain about getting a card for 7,500. The nice thing about that one is that now I'll be able to show you with 2 different cards how exactly this other thing works out when I do it. But really quick, we'll just go to offense. It says that there's 88, right? So there's 88 on offense, and there's 74 on defense. So there's no way possible that they're only pulling 93 cards, because it's not, again, it's not accurate. Now, we're going to clear all of our filters, or the button could not work. There we go. All right, so let's say we still want to search by 8081, but you don't feel like searching by all the schools. Okay, another option that you have is you can put in different letter combinations or just certain letters to see what it pulls. So like ST pulls 56 items. Now you can keep it on buy now price, because honestly you're really looking for 81s at 12,000, or you're looking for 80s at 72. Odds are you're not going to find a lot right now. Most of these base round guys don't seem like they're going for that little, but you could catch lightning in a bottle. Like you can search by the letter V. V is going to pull 92, which probably isn't great. The only problem is that once you go by letter, they make it where you can't then sort by position, which is unfortunate. I don't believe you can sort by team either once you put a letter in. But you can use the letter V, you can use the letter X. Now they only pulled like 25. Oh, that's another thing that you could do that we'll get into. Let me see if I can find one that's relatively cheap. No, it's not going to be here, but I'll find you one. So one of the things that I've been doing is I've been renting cards. And when I say renting cards, every card that you buy is going to decrease in value over the course of the year. You know, it could be relatively quickly. It could be, see, now that's an 81 for 13.5. It's not terrible. It's not really still the guys we're looking for, but it's not terrible. But let's see. Anybody? So when I say renting cards, you're probably like, what do you mean by renting cards? I'll probably just go to my inventory to show you, it's easier. But yeah, so every card is going to decrease in value. Like there's no way that it won't decrease in value. It's going to happen. What I've been doing, so I got to get into my inventory anyway to show you the other trick. What I've been doing, Mariota, I popped him out of the Ultimate Alumni training pack with the training rolls. I do not suggest doing that. I was annoyed with all the glitches, so I quick sold a whole bunch of my platinum cards, bought some training, and just rolled with it. But with that said, so if you look at Mr. Payne here, Mr. Payne, he quick sells for 35,000 coins. I bought him on auction today, but I bought him for 39,000 coins. Right now I'm invested in him at 39,000 coins. Might have been 39.5, but regardless, it doesn't really matter. His value can never drop below 35,000 for me. So I have an 81 overall safety with decent speed. His coverage is not great, but I'm going to want to using him probably in the subset as a linebacker. But I'm into him for 4,500 coins. And I have instant liquidity if I want it, because I can quick sell him for 35,000 if in the event I need it. However, if you were to go and look at his auctions right now, there are none. So if I wanted to, I could post him for 45, and people will still pay because they need cards. And the nice thing about getting him and having him have a quick sell value is that you don't really have to worry about losing any coins. You know, because everybody who's clamoring for the 83 or the 84, the 85s right now and higher, are just dominating gameplay because their stats and their attributes are just so much better. And yes, it's scheme over team for the most part, but that Judkins guy is a fucking menace. He's just so fast. Every time I face him, he's just gone. Like, you contain him, and gone. Contain him, gone. It's just, there's no way to really combat his speed right now. So, I mean, it is what it is there. But with that said, now, the trick here with the auction house, you don't always have to be in the auction house to get in the auction house. Okay, and you can see I've got a bunch of these guys right now. And if you flick up on your right stick and click auction house, it'll take you in and show you where everyone is. Right now it's showing me all of his cards. There's only 70, and I've got one at 59 minutes, and I've got one at 23 hours. So if I click on this one, it should be like 23 hours and 50 something minutes. Yeah, 23:51. Right, so I know that I'm seeing most likely what are the most recent cards. But what's nice is because I don't have to go through all the craziness of filtering through the auction house, all I have to do is go into my binder, flick up on the right stick, and hit auction house. And if I'm lucky, as it loads in, there'll be one sitting there that's, 7,200 or 8,000. Unfortunately, it's not the case for these two cards. But it is what it is right now. It would have been nice to be able to show you, but at least it shows you the process of how to get there. But yes, so we bought him today for 39 and change. You bought him today for 39 and change. And I'm essentially renting both of them for under 5,000 a piece. And I will use them until I no longer have to, and then I can either put them back on the market, making sure that I get back at least what I paid for it, or enough that I'm making more than what the quick sale value is, or I can just quick sell them straight away. Now, Martavius French, I believe his baseline is like 19,000. So we're going to check real quick because I got a little bit of coin left, and he's at 24 there. Now, I could technically buy him and post him back up at 29, but I'd rather not. Now, with that said, I'm trying to think what else you could be doing. You should be doing the same thing with certain offenses and defenses, right? Arizona Wildcats offense, Georgia's defense. Georgia's defense, I got one today for a little over 1,000. I sold them for 15,000. I think it was like 1,100. I couldn't believe it was on there. But yeah, you can this up on the right stick from your binder to take you into the auction house. It's a great way to check and see what's been going on with your auctions. Like here, let's see if we can't find Brian Urlacher real quick, because this is where this helps. Because of the fact that they're both 80/81s, this is the only way I know to filter this all the way down. And unfortunately, right now it's 9,500, 9,600, but it's the only way I know. And there's still over 100 items. And what's crazy is if I click into him, not that I'm going to list him because I'm still using him. But if you click into him right now, and let's just say you went to hit auction, there are 573 Brian Urlachers sitting somewhere in the marketplace right now. So you're never going to get less than, well, I won't say never because eventually you will, but right now you're not getting less than 100. It's not happening. You can see someone just bought one for 8,200 a minute ago. Coming in here and clicking auction but not listing them is a nice way to see what's been flowing in the market and get an idea of what you should be looking at for your price points. Like, I understand we have goals of what we want to buy them for, but this way is one of the best ways to see what type of activity they've been getting. It also gives you an idea of what you should be listing cards for. Like, for example, this this halfback, I got him for 12,000. He's an 81. I was kind of shocked that I was able to. And now if I go back to the auction house, I got one at 15, there's one at 24. Or 14 and change. Either way, I'm going to come back in and we're going to hit auction. And I can see that one sold for 12,000. That was mine. But 5 hours before that, one sold for 25, and then one sold for 17. So I know, based on those two and what's on the market right now, if I list it for about 20, I should be able to get somewhere close to that. So I'll try at 20, and if it doesn't sell in an hour, then I'll drop it to 18 or 19. But I know I'm still making some sort of a profit. Now, what else could we be doing? So, there is, in the store, now again, this is going to be very specific, and you're probably going to need a little bit of coins in order to do this one, because it's under general. There's the team pack. Okay, and I'm sure you guys have probably heard about the team pack. If you haven't heard about the team pack is going to give you, a stadium, a uniform, and a playbook. There are certain stadiums like Boise State or I think it's Coastal Carolina that go for a crap ton of coins. I want to say Oregon Stadium might. Penn State definitely does. Boise State's Boise State's uniform is expensive. Oregon's uniform is expensive. And then you got Oregon's playbook, Georgia's defensive playbook, Arizona's playbook. There's a bunch that go for a considerable amount. Your worst case scenario is you're losing 1,000 coins if you pull absolutely nothing. New Mexico State Aggies is basically absolutely nothing. That doesn't really help, but it is what it is. Thundering Herd Defense, it's a 425. It might be worth something. If not, it's still quick sells for 1,000. And the stadium we got was the University of Miami, which is essentially nothing. But really quick, we'll just hit auction. That's pretty much gonna be quick sell. That's why I said it's more of a volume thing. If you only have 3,500 coins and this is your one play, you probably shouldn't bother, because there's no real guarantee. It's a gamble. It really is. I usually open them in like groups of 20 if I'm doing it, just so I have something to go off of, and then I list whatever I can. But unfortunately for that one, that's 1,000 down the drain. So there's that. Now the set, as we were talking about earlier, the set is this 82 to 83 set, and you're really hoping to pull 83s. You don't really want to pull 82s. You can get away with some 82s, but for the most part, you're going to want it to be 83s. So let's see what we got. We're going to open it here. Then it's going to give me and tell me I have a reward, and then we'll back out. I've got that bond pack too to open that we can do. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. So we're hoping for an 83. And it's an 83 middle linebacker who hopefully, let's see, actions. I'm hoping that he has decent speed, because if he does, he'll be relatively expensive. He's got 80 speed, he's 6'1", good acceleration, strength's not great, but he's got good hit power and better zone coverage than Martavius French. I might actually consider keeping him. The nice thing is that I got him for, I want to say I bought 75 for the receiver, 72 and 72 for two of the linebackers, and I think I got another for 8,000. So realistically, I'm into it for around, we'll call it 32, and I know it's not even that high. It can't be. Probably more like 30. If I go to auction, so one just sold for 39,000, but the one before that sold for 64, and the one before that was 45 and 45. Right, so now we'll go back in. Actually, before we do that, let me pop this open real quick. Hopefully we pull something pretty decent. All right, we got an 84. 84s are nice for now, because they're freaking expensive. Okay, it's a green. I was hoping for something better. It's another green. That's not great. I guess I could use a tight end if I have to. And we got a defensive tackle. So we're definitely taking 84. And I guess I'll take the tight end, because I have enough safeties right now. And yeah, sure. Sounds great. I was hoping for at least two of the blues, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I got an 84 and I got that 83. Now, really quick, because we're going to wrap this up, we're going to go back into the binder. We'll go to newest. I'd like to see what he goes for, just out of curiosity, considering. Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm obviously happy about that. Out of the pack, as you saw, the other three cards are complete crap. And then let's see what Mr. Fordham's going for at this moment. He's currently at 49, and then the other card's at 75. So I'll probably list him closer to 60, just to see if I can't catch a little bit more out of him. In worst case, tomorrow I'll post him in the 50s, and he should go. He should definitely go, and that's nice, because if he sells for 56, and we know he's already sold for 61. So by the way, I'll do that again for you really quick. No, we don't want to do that. Jesus. Okay, so if you hold left or right on your D-pad and right on your left stick at the same time, and then spam R2 and L2, it'll take these values all the way up. And it doesn't matter where you get to, because as long as you're doing a buy now price, not just running an auction, all you have to do then is come down here to the manual input, and then you can just put in exactly what you want, hit done, and post it, and not have to sit there and wait for the thing to run all the way up to get through with it. I think that's about all I have for you today. So yes, you're going to want to filter down as far as you can. You can search by letters. You're going to want to use the up stick, or the up on your right stick, to check the auction house to see where these guys are going. Like right now, that's a great deal. I wish I had more coins, because that you literally could buy him and you're renting it for 250 coins. That's unfortunate. Yeah, there's no point. I already have them. But anyway, so yeah, you're going to want to filter down as far as you can with things. And as we're doing that, I'm going to try to catch Urlacher again. You're going to want to try to pop 80s for 7,200. Whatever the most recent promo is, that's what you're going to be filtering by. You have to figure out what positions they are to give yourself the best chance to get to them. You can do the team pack for 3,500, and then go through and check and see who's who and what's what and what you're hoping to pull. And yeah, you can rent cards and then sell them for whatever their coin value is, as long as you're renting the platinum cards. They have to be a platinum card and have a quick sell value attached. And that's pretty much all I got right now. Yeah, we're still playing behind the 8 ball. There are plenty of players that were around for every glitch they had, whether it was the buy glitches or the buy packs with money glitch, where every single one of them guaranteed you an 88 or higher. That was on Saturday. That took them over 15 hours to patch. There was the strategy guide glitch yesterday, where you were able to get 85s, and your strategy guides that are normally, I'll show you real quick, they should be around 9,000. They were going for 50,000 a piece. So you were either selling off your strategy cards, or you were putting them into the sets and then pulling out 85s there. There was the solo battle glitch, which is why there's no solo battles still, because that was automatically giving you 20 levels by completing one game. Didn't get that one either. And then there was the coins pack at the beginning from, I think it was the storylines, that was literally spitting out 88s in every pack. So if you missed all those like I did, and like a whole bunch of other people did, then yeah, this is right now my best suggestions for you to try to make something back, not make something back, but try to make up some ground, because at this point, all of those people, they're either quick selling those cards for training and then rolling the training into the new promos to get the new promos out of the training rolls or the limiteds. Like I didn't do all that with Mariota. I just happened to get lucky with Mariota. I only had like 2 rolls. Yeah, that's pretty much that. If you found any of this helpful, I know this video is long, but there was a lot to talk about. Please consider leaving a like, clicking subscribe, and hitting the notification bell. It helps us defeat the algorithm. I've got some stuff in the works. Every once in a while, we'll have different tips for cut and how to make some coins and what you should be looking at or what you should be doing. I've also got some cool stuff in the works with the Dynasty program that we're going to be putting together, and a Road to Glory tribute that should be pretty fun. As always, I appreciate the time, and until next time, have a good one.